Our second speaker is working on his Advanced Communicator Gold designation right now. He thoroughly enjoys his work on the storytelling manual and has decided that since storytelling is such a valuable skill, he's going to do it again. And he's allowed to. This next speech expands on the universe of Harry the Horse, which is a modern short story form folk tale, from a presentation that he gave last year. The 7 to 9 minute speech is Project the Folktale from the Storytelling Manual. It is titled, Harry Saves the Day. Please join me in welcoming Advanced Communicator Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze, Nick Smith.
The sky is blue, the sun is out, the bunnies are hopping in pairs. The bees are buzzing, the birds are chirping, the pigs are oinking just a little happier, a little lighter than they normally do. Even Harriet, the Harvey's not so young anymore daughter, she had a boyfriend. Everyone on the Harvey farm was in love, except for Harry. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our welcome guests. Oh, I'm never going to find a sweetie. And it was true. Harry was the only horse on the Harvey farm. That night, Mr. Harvey was feeding Harry. Why the long face, Harry? Oh, I think I know why you're sad. Tomorrow, we're going to turn your frown upside down. Now, it turns out the Harveys had asked, and they actually won the option to host the star of a Disney movie about horses. And it was a big deal for them in this small town, this farm, to have this celebrity horse be there. So we'll fast forward to the next day. Harriet was riding Harry and just finished, and she was combing his back with a curry comb, and a truck and trailer pulls up the Harvey's driveway. Harriet and Harry walk over to investigate as the driver of the truck opens the ramp in the back of the trailer, and out trots the most beautiful sight Harry the horse had ever seen in his whole life. Beautiful silky silver hair and a beautiful shiny mane and a bow on her tail. Harry stood there with his mouth agape and deer in the headlights look in his eyes. The most beautiful sight he'd ever seen before. Harry, go talk to her, Harriet said. Harry walked over. Hi, I'm Harry the horse. I'm the horse around here, he answered awkwardly, or said awkwardly. Oh, hi, I'm Melinda the mare. About that point, Harriet's cell phone buzzed, and she stormed off. She has issues, doesn't she? Oh, I don't know. She takes me for rides in the meadow and she combs me and she feeds me and gives me treats. Well, I'll tell you that I'm a horse who's off the grid now. Some fans stole my phone and they hacked my Twitter account. I don't do that anymore. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but okay. Harriet and Harry, they walked through the meadow for the rest of the day, talking and nibbling on grass, and he gave her the tour and introduced her to the other farm animals. And as boy and girl horses do in springtime, they fell in love. A few nights later, Harry woke up startled. Something was missing. Something wasn't right. Something was out of... Melinda's missing! And he started making a ruckus, and he had the chickens clucking, and he had the cows mooing, and he had the sheep neighing, and finally, Mr. Harvey walked into the barn. What's going on here? Melinda's gone. The manger was forced open, and he found strange tire tracks leading up to the barn. He contacted the FBI, and they put out a fuss and alert, reporting that there was a missing horse, a bolo, B-O-L-O-H. Be on the lookout for a horse. A couple days went by. Harry was frustrated. I got to do something about this. Now, Harry had an advantage over the FBI, and Harry wasn't confident the FBI was really doing their job. They were busy with private email servers and Russian hacking and everything, and they weren't giving the full attention they should be to this missing horse. Now, Harry had the advantage that he could talk to the other animals on the farm, and the FBI couldn't do that. So he started asking around. Do you know what happened to Melinda? Nah, we were sleeping. Do you know? No, we were sleeping too. And then Harry had an epiphany. Do you know what happened to Melinda? Who? Melinda. Oscar the Owl thought about it for a second. Who? Oh, well, it was an orange F-250 with license plate EQ459. Gosh, thanks. That was awfully helpful and specific. And then he asked Sylvester the spider, can you help me figure out where that license plate's at? Sure, it was at 1500 Corn Road in Elmwood. Good move on Harry's part. Who else on the farm can cross-reference on the World Wide Web? Harry took off down the driveway and ran and ran and ran and ran, and finally, late that night, arrived at 1500 Corn Road in Elmwood, and he noticed the orange F-250. It's a Ford pickup truck, by the way. He noticed it in the driveway, and he walked up the driveway, and he snuck into the barn, and he heard familiar breathing. Melinda? Melinda? No answer. Melinda? Harry! Melinda! And he grabbed the latch on the manger and ripped it open. Wait, no! Farm alarm. That didn't stop them. They ran out of the barn, down the driveway, towards the road, and made a hard left turn. Unfortunately, of course, with the alarm going off, the evil, shadowy figure knew what was up, and he ran out of the house on the farm and jumped in his truck and tore off down the driveway and made the hard left turn onto the street and started chasing Harry and Melinda as they made their escape. Now, unfortunately, horses cannot outrun a pickup truck, and as the truck approached them, Harry positioned himself between Melinda and the truck, and as the shadowy figure reached out to rope Melinda, he headbutted him. And the truck veered off the road and into the meadow. Now, unfortunately, this was the F-250 with the aluminum light body and four-wheel drive, and it was dry that spring, so the truck was able to actually get back onto the road and continue the chase. And they kept running, and Harry and Melinda made a sharp left turn onto a strange road. Unfortunately, they didn't see the dead end sign in the dark night. And as they walked up to the dead end, and they looked down, they were 10 miles up in the air. This was a super steep cliff. And as they turned around, the truck pulled up onto their position. And the shadowy figure stepped out of the truck. In one hand he had a rope. The other hand he had a shotgun. Things were looking mighty grim for Harry and Melinda. Now, fortunately, remember, Harry could talk to animals, right? Oh, can anyone help? Help! Can anybody help? And just that moment, a majestic bald eagle flew out of the air and knocked the shadowy figure onto the ground, knocking the gun out of his reach. And then Harry ran over and he sat on top of the shadowy figure, immobilizing him. Now, about that moment, Mr. Harvey and the FBI rolled onto the scene. Fortunately, Mr. Harvey puts tracking devices, surgically implants them into his horses. Now, Melinda's had been disabled, but Harry's was still working, and he was able to lead authorities and Mr. Harvey there to save the day. They arrested the shadowy figure, and Melinda ran up to Harry and gave him a big old horse hug. Oh, Harry! Harry was a hero. Now, kidnappings with a happy ending are incredible human interest horse interest stories. They should use that term, horse interest stories. And Harry was on all the morning shows. The excitement and the 5 minutes of fame caught up to him, and he asked for Melinda's hoof in holy horse matrimony. And she accepted, and they were married. And, well, the story almost had a happy ending. Tune in next time. Harry meets his mother-in-law, Mr. Toastmaster.